every state. Everyone has a balanced budget requirement, except, interestingly enough, that one entity that has a $14 trillion debt. So let's put in place that basic common sense component. First time in American history, let's get it through the House, through the Senate. Can you imagine the message that would send to the market? I mean, it's a long process. Once it gets to the House and the Senate, it takes a while for the states to ratify. 38 states have to ratify it according to our Constitution. But once it gets through the House and the Senate, first time in history, the message that sends to the market that for once the political class in this country is getting serious about the debt that we face. It's just that basic and that fundamental. I said this to the conference. I had a chance to speak to the entire Republican conference last Friday. And I told them, I said, look, I learned a long time ago that good things don't just happen. To accomplish anything of meaning, anything of significance, to attain anything of real magnitude, always takes work, always takes effort, it's always hard. Just the way the good Lord made life. This is going to be hard, but it can be done, and Americans have risen to the occasion time and time again. One of my favorite, I'm sure many of you are familiar with this, one of my favorite stories in Scripture is a story in the Old Testament where a teenage girl saves her people. And many of you are familiar with this story, but the memorable line in that whole narrative is when her relative says to her, Esther, maybe the only reason you're queen is for such a time as this. And she understood that moment. She had the courage to do what was necessary to actually solve the problem and save her people. I believe, and I said this to all my colleagues in the Republican conference last Friday, I believe we're at one of those times. And I said to him, I said, maybe the only reason the good Lord allowed us all to be members of Congress was for this time, this moment, to actually do the right thing, regardless of what it means politically.